Good morning. This is your AI News Bulletin for April 28, 2026. Here are today's top stories, leading off with a trial that could shape OpenAI's future. Elon Musk and Sam Altman are heading into trial over OpenAI's mission and control. The case could affect whether the company stays tied to its nonprofit roots. More than 600 Google employees have signed a letter asking Sundar Pichai to reject classified Pentagon use of Google AI. The letter follows reports that Google is discussing such a deal. Bloomberg NEF says the cost to build a natural gas power plant has risen 66% in 2 years. Data center demand is one of the main forces behind the increase. Google is testing an AI search experience for YouTube that answers questions in a more conversational way. The feature is limited to YouTube Premium users in the United States who are adults. Bloomberg is testing a chatbot-style interface for its terminal called ASKB. The company says it is meant to help finance users find insights faster in a growing sea of data. David Silver, the researcher behind AlphaGo, says the industry is taking the wrong path on AI. His new company is betting on reinforcement learning instead of large language models. Wispr Flow has launched in India with Hinglish support and an Android app. The company says India is now its second biggest market. Automakers are using AI to speed up car design as development timelines stay under pressure. General Motors says it can turn sketches into 3D concepts in hours instead of months. Canonical says it plans to add AI features to Ubuntu throughout 2026. The company also says Ubuntu is not becoming an AI product. Canva has apologized after a bug in its Magic Layers tool replaced the word Palestine in some designs. The company says it has fixed the issue and added more checks. Now let's go deeper on today's top 3. Starting with our top story. Elon Musk and Sam Altman are set to face off in a trial that could affect how OpenAI is governed and what kind of company it becomes. Musk says OpenAI abandoned its nonprofit mission, while OpenAI says the lawsuit is a jealous attempt to slow down a competitor. The case is not just about personal history. If Musk wins, OpenAI could be blocked from expanding its for-profit arm in the way it has planned, and Altman and Greg Brockman could even lose their officer roles. If Altman wins, the company may keep moving further away from the nonprofit structure Musk says it was meant to protect. Jury selection starts Monday, but a federal judge in Northern California will make the final decisions. Thousands of pages of internal documents have already been shared, and Reuters says a few pages from Greg Brockman's diary may be especially important. Musk has also said he would give any damages to OpenAI's nonprofit arm, which he is using to argue that he is the one focused on the public good. The next step is a courtroom fight over the original mission, the current business model, and who gets to define what OpenAI is supposed to be. Next up, more than 600 Google employees have signed a letter asking Sundar Pichai to block the Pentagon from using Google's AI models for classified work. The organizers say the signers include people from DeepMind, along with more than 20 principals, directors, and vice presidents. The letter argues that the only way to avoid harm is to reject classified workloads entirely, because otherwise those uses could happen without employees knowing or being able to stop them. The timing matters because the information recently reported that Google and the Pentagon are discussing a deal for Gemini in classified settings. Google is not alone in this space. Microsoft already has deals for classified environments, and OpenAI announced a renegotiated Pentagon agreement in February. Anthropic has also been in a legal fight over military use of its models, and some Google employees have supported that stance. This puts Google in the middle of a wider industry argument about where AI should be allowed to operate, how much control companies should keep, and whether internal employee pressure can shape government contracts. What happens next will show whether Google treats this as a policy line it will hold or as another area where it will follow the market. And finally, Bloomberg NEF says the cost of building a new combined cycle gas turbine power plant has jumped 66% since 2023, rising from less than $1,500 per kilowatt to $2,157 per kilowatt last year. The report also says it now takes 23% longer to finish a plant. One major reason is data center demand. Tech companies and utilities are racing to add electricity generation as AI workloads push power needs higher, and the Trump administration has told data center operators to bring their own power. That has helped drive a scramble for natural gas turbines, which are now in short supply. By the end of this year, turbine prices are expected to be up 195% from 2019 levels, and waitlists are stretching into the early 2030s. The report says data center demand could rise to 2.7 times current levels by 2035, with average new facilities becoming much larger than today's. Google is one of the companies looking at a different path, with renewables and long-duration storage instead of gas. The broader picture is that AI is no longer just a software story. It is now shaping power markets, infrastructure timelines, and the cost of building the grid that supports it. Stepping back, today's stories all point to the same pressure on the AI industry. The fight is no longer only about models and features. It is also about governance, military use, energy supply, and the real-world systems that have to support these tools. That's your AI News Bulletin for April 28, 2026. See you tomorrow.